Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money, with your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 314 of Screw the Commute podcast. We're going to talk about MTurk. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. And Fiverr today. And what we're going to talk about is how you can save a fortune on tasks you need done for your business. And if you're so inclined, you can make some money doing things for others. Now, I hope you didn't miss episode 313 and actually all the way back to 312. They're kind of related. Website usability was 313 and website readability, usability was 313 and website readability was 312. Those are different things. Hope I didn't confuse you there, but just listen to 312 and 313 and do the darn things on your website. And oh my God, if you mix those two together and just make sure that the website looks good enough, no better, to represent you professionally, you've just done more for yourself than 99.9% of the sites on the web. And you have infinitely increased your chances that your site will reach your goals. All right, well, how would you like to hear your own voice here on Screw the Commute? Well, if the show's helped you out at all in your business or given you ideas to help you start a business, we want to hear about it. Visit screwthecommute.com and look for a little blue sidebar that says send a voicemail. Click on it. Talk into your phone or computer and tell me how the show's helped you, and I was going to say we'll play it for you. Well, we will, but I want you to not forget to put your website on there so you get a big shout out in front of thousands of people. All right, make sure you grab a copy of our automation ebook. This book, just one of the tips in it has saved me literally. We figured it out a couple years ago, 7.5 million keystrokes, okay? So you can handle everything you do way faster, which means more money in the bank because you'll cover more people and you'll be doing less work doing it. And while you're at it, well, let me give the address for that. Screwthecommute.com/automate free. Screwthecommute.com/automate free. We charge $27 for this book, but it's yours free for listening to Screw the Commute. While you're at it, grab a copy of our podcast app. That's screwthecommute.com/app. That's APP. And you can put it on your cell phone and tablet and take us with you on the road. All right, everybody's still freaking out about this pandemic. The schools, who knows if they're going to open, close, or halfway or whatever. But I'll tell you what, your family is in jeopardy by not getting education and being able to make money without going to a job somewhere. And I have that solution for you. It's a school that I developed. It's the only one of its kind in the country, probably the world, called imtcva.org, Internet Marketing Training Center of Virginia. But you don't have to be in Virginia to go to it. It's distance learning, and we have live events every week, and it's always up to date with the curriculum. And here's the thing, though. It's teaching an in-demand skill. Everybody on earth, every business on earth needs these skills. And you can easily go out and get either a job or work your own business or both with these skills. And I've been living it for 26 years now. So you can put anybody else you can find up against me and they haven't got as much experience. So the things that I teach are actually usable in the workplace, and you won't be stuck in debt for a million years with some traditional education where you're competing for jobs at Starbucks because you got no skills when you get out. So check it out at imtcva.org. All right, let's get to the main event, MTurk and Fiverr. I'm going to talk about MTurk first, and it's actually called Mechanical Turk. So MTurk is part of Amazon.com, and if you have an Amazon account, it's pretty easy to sign up for MTurk. But why would you want to, and what can it do for your business? Well, MTurk has two parts. One is called a requester, and the other is called a worker. A requester, that's you for your business, is someone that needs something done that only a real person can do. A robot would not be able to do the task. Let's say you can't decide which picture of yourself to use on your website, and you can't trust the results when only a few of your friends give you their opinion. You can put out a request on MTurk, and maybe you offer 1 or 2 cents to people to vote on which picture, I don't know, let's say makes you look more professional. And then maybe you redo the request later with which picture makes you look more likable. Whatever you want. Potentially thousands of people will vote, and you'll have your answer of what an enormous number of people think. And maybe it'll only cost you $10 or so. Now, if you're trying to impress CEOs, well, it's doubtful any CEOs are going to be voting for 1 cent. But anytime you can get an opinion of thousands of people, and it's specifically for you, well, that's worth adding to your overall knowledge, especially if you're going to fret over the decision forever and never put either one of the pictures on your website. Now, what if you have some other kind of boring task, like inputting records into a database or getting people to fill out a survey? When you look at the site, there are hundreds of different menial tasks business owners just like you are putting on the site. Now, these tasks are called HITs, or human intelligence tasks, because a real human needs to complete them. Now, I've included a link in the show notes to the Amazon site where it gives you examples of how you can use MTurk to easily have hundreds of people working on the same job so that it gets done lightning fast instead of giving it to one freelancer who would take 2 weeks to finish the job and might not finish it at all if something happened. So I've got the link in the show notes. This is episode 314, and to find a particular episode, you put screwthecommute.com/314. Now, MTurk is not the only game in town either. It's just the most famous. There's others like Crowdflower, Click Worker, and Taluna. So you can check those out too if you want. Now, from the flip side of this, you could be an MTurk worker. However, you're talking minimal income here. Now, here's the thing. If you sit around the house all day watching TV and playing video games, all right, you probably could make enough in a month to make a decent car payment from MTurk. And this episode isn't from the worker's point of view, but I just want you to know that. I'd really rather see you put your time into writing an ebook or starting a membership site or something. But if you like to have a variety of tasks that you can do for fun and actually get a small amount of money for your fun, well, then have at it and become a worker also. You can be both. My bent here is for you as the business owner to get things done for literally pennies. Okay, let's jump over to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. It has evolved quite a bit over the years, and I see them advertising everywhere nowadays. In the beginning, the concept was you could find all kinds of products and services for only $5, and it's still that way today. Many of the services would cost hundreds of dollars on the open market. The place has thousands of different things. I mean, I primarily use it for graphics, voiceover work, and funny promotional tools. Now, I'm going to play for you now a professional voiceover for a commercial for my school that only cost me $5. And to go to a voiceover talent agency, it would have been many hundreds of dollars. So here it is. Take a listen.
Today, almost 2 billion of you will go online, retrieving over 100 billion searches for information, goods, and services, and 6 million of you will view a page on the internet before this commercial is over. The world has changed, and so has the way we do business. At the Internet Marketing Training Center, you can study online at your pace to fit your schedule, and you can graduate with the skills and knowledge to compete in the global marketplace or start your own home-based business. Call us today or go online at imtcva.org because it's about time. Yours.
All right. I think you'd have to say that was a pretty darn good bargain. Also, the opening voiceover to this podcast only cost me $5. All right, now let me tell you about book covers. I was speaking at an event put on by a really big name lady out west who was paying $2,500 for her book covers. After my speech, then when she heard me talking about Fiverr, she told me she couldn't believe she could get anything any good for $5. I told her, hey, just try it on your next book. If you don't like it, throw it away and you only lost $5. Well, a couple of months later, she called me and I would say massively hugged me over the phone. She tried it and got a book cover as good as the one she paid $2,500 for. Now, I'm not ragging on professional book cover designers because one of my best friends is one, and she also created the Screw the Commute logo for me. I'm just telling you, if you don't have the budget, you have alternatives. Sign up for an account at Fiverr.com and look around at all the stuff you can get there. I'll put some of the funny graphics I got there, including an entire banner set. A banner set is where you have like tall, skinny ones and wide ones and Facebook size ones and little ones, all these different size banners for my Fatso tennis site, okay? And I'll put some other funny ads in the show notes too that I got there. Now things have changed since they first started a little bit. Frequently vendors there will have upsells and higher costs for things. And I tell people, let's say you needed a logo. You could have 10 different people on Fiverr create one, and you could pick the one you like best to use. You still only got $50 involved. You go to any professional graphics firm and you'd be lucky to get out the door for $500 and maybe even $5,000 if they saw you coming and upsold you a bunch of other matching graphics and stuff they tell you need. Now, the flip side of Fiverr is that you actually can make some good money there as a side hustle, especially if you do good work and get good reviews. Of course, I still want you to head towards having all your own digital products so that you work once and get paid over and over and over again. But there's nothing wrong with doing things for other people for money. Now, you can also use sites like 99 Designs for graphics and Upwork.com for things like ghostwriters and such, but the fees are going to be much higher. You just have to realize that. Now, I encourage you to check out MTurk and Fiverr, and you'll get hundreds of ideas you could use for your business that won't break the bank. Plus, if you want, you can make some money right on the sites. And then guess what you'll be doing? Screwing the commute. Okay. Now, I wonder, did you ever hear about the Great Internet Marketing Retreat Center? That's where I'm sitting right now. And it's my famous joint venture program where myself and my staff work with you for a year to either get you started in an internet business or use the internet to take your existing business to the next level. Now, you can check it all out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and it's the most unique, the longest running, most successful program ever because my success is tied to your success. For me to get big money for all this blood, sweat, and tears I've done over these many years to learn this stuff, you have to make way bigger money. We're kind of, I won't say technically partners, but the thing is I don't get a lot of money unless you make big money. Now, there is an entry fee because if I only did it on a commission basis, people would be lined up from here to the sun, right, to get into it. So you do have to have some skin in the game, but I'll put it up against anybody on this earth, their programs, on the value that you get. You get an immersion visit to the retreat center where you actually live in this house with me, of course, after the pandemic. But in the meantime, you're training like crazy, one-on-one with me and all the people that work here. We don't lump you in with groups of people. So it's the most, like I said, it's the most successful ever and the most fair to you to get super high level training that people were charging 50 or 100,000 bucks for. And I knew a lot of these people. You give them 50 grand up front or even 100 grand, you ain't ever going to see them again. They'll disappear to Mexico. All right, well, that won't happen with me because you know I'm not going to disappear because I won't get my big money unless you make big money. And you do get a scholarship to the school I was telling you about. One guy joined a mentor program, gifted the scholarship to his daughter, who he had spent $80,000 for her terrible regular education. She's working a menial job. Now she's making $6,000 a month and hasn't even graduated yet as a side hustle. So anyway, very, very powerful, highly in-demand stuff that we teach here. So check that out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. Give me a call. I'll help you out all I can. I live and breathe this stuff day and night, 7 days a week. All right, we'll catch you in the next episode. See you later.